It's been good. It's been good. I've had a couple chats, boom, bang, bing. I want to have a little chat with you, but like more on like a Patar to Matt level, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Just about, what's been going on, what's how you feeling, you know?
Um.
If there's anything that's kind of been bothering you, something that upset you, something that kind of, because I've heard you kind of make comments sometimes where it's like, oh, it's Mandem against Matt again, Mandem blames Matt, blah blah blah.
Yeah, that's
So if
always the
there's
case,
anything like,
though.
yeah, and tell me why you feel that way.
Oh my god. Um. It's just one of those, though.
Mm.
Let me just compose myself and work out what I want to say before I say it.
Mm.
Oh my god. Okay, do we have to turn this off, bro? Okay, chat. Don't. If you mock it, I'm turning it
If
off.
there's anything within the gang that's
Bro, I'm
kind
turning it
of
off, chat. I'm
pushed you
turning it off. I'm
away or
turning it off.
upset you, anything like that.
That's that's the thing. Like, I feel like it's been like an ongoing joke for a long time. Like, it's
Mm.
always me, and like I play into that joke and I understand that joke, but like I feel like when I bite back, people take it as I'm coming for their throat.
Mm. And what do you mean by like it's always you? Like in what sense? Like
Like
what's like the ongoing joke that
if there's no one to blame Matt. Like that's a thing.
you feel like it's like that within the gang,
Yeah, 100%.
and that's how you've been feeling.
I felt that for a long time, but the thing is, like, I don't care, you know.
Mm. I
Like,
don't. I get that, but I also think if it bothers you, that's not the right mentality to have.
yeah, I know, but like I preached this to you before. Like, if someone has an issue, uh,
Mm.
I would want them to come confront me, and I do exactly the same thing. Like, if someone gets rude to me, I'll get rude to them back, and you know what I mean.
But have you told people this? Because like you say, if someone has an issue, and you're saying that like one of the issues are that it's always blame Matt. How are people gonna know if you don't talk to them about it, right?
Mm,
Because the same way when you say, because I'm not gonna lie, at least for me or even Denzel and like some of the boys, when you say it's like when we're on a serious note and you start um like saying, oh, it's just banter, you guys don't understand it, it makes at least myself feel hella disrespected, like it feels like you have zero respect for me,
yeah, no,
and
I
that's
I
like
think
me
I just
just
have a
being honest
really
with you,
I think I have a really bad gauge of when it should be serious.
mm.
Like
So
sometimes
yeah.
you man are taking this situation serious, and I haven't quite made that switch yet. For
Mm.
example, the incident the other day,
Yeah, and let's talk
like
about that like properly.
Dean switched over from serious, like trying to prevent the whole situation. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
switch over yet.
Yeah.
Like I was fully expecting to be in a chase, but then obviously
Yeah.
that happened.
No, 100%. And I agree. Me taking the pill wasn't the best way to do it because I should have probably drove off. We get away from the situation and then maybe talk to you after that.
Yeah.
I will admit that it wasn't the smartest idea or the best way to deal with it, but it was more like, well, if Matt's gonna be like this, let me show him the way he would know. Which I now see isn't the best way, where like if we got out of that situation and talked about it afterwards, it
Mm.
probably would have been better.
Yeah.
But I think yeah, that is a big thing where we kind of have to gauge where it's like, oh, it's serious, it's not serious, it's
It was
serious,
it
it's
was
not
like
serious.
that's the thing though. That whole situation like turned into a snowball effect because I did something, you reacted to it, I reacted to how you reacted,
Mm.
and it just got worse and worse and worse because we weren't happy with how each other were reacting to the situation. But like
No,
even
100%.
even that situation, like coming out of it, it felt very much that the narrative that was being pushed was Matt was in the wrong and no one else was. And I understand your mistake must, like, in your opinion, is nowhere near as bad as mine, but like
Mm.
we
And then that's how you view it too, you know
it's like I don't
And I think
know.
that's the thing is like we just need to know when we're actually serious or not. Because the thing is, like, if I'm gonna be honest, everyone in the car pretty much was like, "Oh, Matt wants us to go to jail," and
No, like, yeah,
But
no.
that's how it was viewed, and then in your head, it's oh, we're still in like a jokey mood.
Yeah, like,
So I understand it from both sides.
it's as soon as I feel like we're actually going to get caught, you will hear a switch in me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know how I am in chases even. I'll be on an A plus drive and I'll be creasing until I feel like we're actually at a point where we need to lock in or we're going to jail, you know?
Yeah, no, 100%, and I think that's something we'll work on. And the more things we do, the more like synergy we'll have, and the more we'll understand each other.
Yeah. I don't
And
know.
I think when I'm actually being serious with you guys, maybe whether I raise my voice a little bit or say it in a different tone, just to have you guys understand the differentiation between the two, might help. But yeah, I just want to hear you out, see if there's anything, because I feel like for a while, you'll maybe sometimes snap at people, or one thing I've been hearing that's been reoccurring is like, and this is even just from people in the gang, m- like multiple people outside of the gang has pretty much said like, oh, when he's in front of his new friends, he'll have his banter with us, but it's like it's more like shit on like our old friends versus actual banter. I think the
It's
thing
not
about
like
banter,
that
as much
though.
as,
It's
sorry, 1 second, Matt.
yeah, sorry, carry on.
I think the biggest thing with like banter, it's like SBS. It has to be two-way.
Yeah, agreed. That's the thing though. As much as you say that, bro, I get rude
Mm-hmm.
about Sparky to his face. I get rude to Sparky in front of you, man. I get rude to Sparky in front of anyone. You know, it's a joke between me and
Mm-hmm.
Sparky. You know,
Yeah.
and like I
Yeah.
understand, like for example, Jay Sparky, like people like that, like can take it. You know, but I just need to,
Mm-hmm.
I need to find it in myself,
I think we
and
can all
like
take
for people
banter,
who
Matt.
can't. Yeah, I know,
I think
but
we can all
there's a
take it.
there's a line where you can't. You know,
I think, yeah. So I think we can take it. And the thing is, you're more closer to Sparky. You're more closer to Jay,
I wouldn't say I'm
and
closer
we
to
can we
Jay
can
than
all
you
take.
though. Like I just I know if he doesn't like what I'm saying, instead of being upset about it, he'll get rude back to me, and that's exactly what I like. I bounce off. You know, it's like it's a good
Yeah,
it's. I mean, it's jokes at the end of the day. It's not meant to be malicious. If it wanted to be
yeah.
malicious, it would be.
But I think yes, like we can all take banter, but I think it's different when it's like, oh, he's acting different than he usually would, and he's kind of shitting on me in front of, like, let's use Vendetta for example. Not saying there was an example that happened with Vendetta, but say you're chilling with Vendetta, or like um just vibing with them. It's more like, oh, it's like extra banter where it's like Matt usually wouldn't have done this when it was just us.
Yeah, I can't think of any examples of me doing that, but like I will make sure I don't do that. You know, I
Yeah, I,
can
I just
understand.
want to make sure there's always like, we like at the end of the day, Matt, I am so happy you have Vendetta to chill with, you have Hydra to chill with, and I get it, especially with the boys not being around and stuff. It is something to allow yourself to be in the city without being bored out of your mind, right?
Yeah, that's the whole
And
reason
they're
I
good
made an
people
effort
too.
with all of them.
Yeah, and that's I love that for you, because what have I told all of you guys since day one? I've always wanted you guys to network and socialize, and make a name for yourselves. So when people look at Mandem, it isn't just Tommy, Dean, Patar, you know, and then
Yeah,
Sparky here and there, and
yeah.
because I want people to know the Mandem for you guys.
Yeah, 100%. And that's why I make an effort. I feel like when people think
Yeah, and you've
Mandem,
done it
I'm
one of the
part of
best
that.
out of everyone.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure there's always respect for like your Mandem boys, and like
I want us to
we're not.
start doing like more stuff as a gang again. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to just say it and not do anything. I think we should
Mhm.
actively come up with stuff to bring us together again.
So how about this next vault? We do like a Mandem vault, if not a full Mandem vault, maybe like half Mandem, half this gang. Or even with like angels too, if we need to fill up spots. Because I know not necessarily everyone's awake, but yeah, next vault. or like a palito or something, or even like a flica, whether we want to
Why
do
is
it
this house someone
properly or
went
we want to
shouting?
have
I
pure
can't be
fun
asked
with
to
it,
argue.
we'll claim it and we'll
Nah,
go from there, you know.
Patar's been, yeah, nah.
And I
Something I was
know.
really thinking of
Hmm.
doing, and I know it's gonna be hard for me, and I'm gonna have to be disciplined with it. I really want
Hmm.
us to start cooking again,
Okay,
like
let's start.
properly. Like start with
I'll,
tables. We don't have to stress about the lab, obviously, for a while, but I really want to, like, I did a meth run with Hydra
mm,
probably a week ago, maybe last 4 days ago. And bro,
yeah,
it was some of the most fun I've had in a while.
yeah. So what we do is I'm gonna talk to Denzel. I'll get Denzel to give you tables. I'll get him to give me tables. You chef up, I chef up, Denzel chefs up.
Like old times, you know? Like,
Yeah, like
yeah.
old times, and we'll remind each other to cook, you know, and we'll go from there. And
Because I
then we'll
think
we'll
that could
do
be
our
a cool
runs.
project for us to, like, get like 3, 4 of us to blue bags, you know?
Yeah, because I know Jay's already at Blue Banks. You,
Don't think he
I'm
is
assuming
anymore. I think he dropped
no.
below because he failed the last one.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to Denzel. I'll get these tables for us, and I'll make sure we start properly cooking, and then we can actually go on meth runs. Because the thing is, it's purely unfair to Denzel to just for him to be cooking, and you
Yeah,
know,
no, that's why, like, I've been considering buying tables for a few weeks.
I
Because,
think
like,
Denzel has a bunch of tables, so I'll just get it
yeah.
off him. I'll talk to him tomorrow. We'll get those tables. We'll start cooking, and we'll go crazy with it. And I was talking to the other boys today. They wanna push weed again. They wanna push meth. They wanna do like small jobs, and even like right now I'm planning to do like a little maze event. So maybe instead of making it like a whole city maze event, maybe I'll just invite like Mandament Angels and then do one with like Hydra and stuff like that,
Yeah.
where we just have fun in it, you know.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And we'll just do stuff that brings us all together again, you know.
Yeah. Agreed, agreed, agreed. I think that's one
But
thing, like, we haven't, I must say we haven't done this for a while. We haven't had, like, a mutual goal all to work towards. Like, obviously we say, oh, we're going to start pushing again. We do it for a couple of days and it gets binned off. But, like, I feel like
mhm.
when you have to work towards wanting to do something, it will be
I think
good.
now that oil rig doesn't exist too, people will actually care because as much as
110%. This is one
as
big reason why I want to do this.
yeah, because the one big thing, uh, especially when oil rig sorry, 1 second, Matt. I just got an important text.
Mm.
What are you saying?
I do not know.
It was about the meth runs and you wanting to do it again, you know?
Yeah, I just think it'll be a good way to unite us a little bit more. Because, like,
100%. And I
even
think we
I
need
felt
to
like
do
this
more
is the most
stuff.
distant I felt from Andam in a long time, and that's, like, not because of you guys. It's like, obviously you guys not being around gets me to do stuff with other groups, and then when
Mm.
you guys are around, I'm end up doing stuff with other groups, and it's just like I'm never with you, man. You know?
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. I feel that. I feel that. And the thing is, I also, I've had a chat with a couple other gangs, this and that, and you know, I want our family to mean something, and it'll always be family first, and we'll always look after each other. And like, if you're ever in trouble, I'll drop everything and come help you, vice versa. Like that's what family means to me, and I hope that's what it means for you too. You know?
Yeah, yeah. No, it's it definitely should be like that.
Yeah,
I just need to start brainstorming again. I think that's what it is.
yeah. And I think you know, we
My
can we
sound
can all work
alerts.
on
You can
things. We
replay
just need
them
to make sure
mods. I've turned it back
we're
off, but I
talking to
had it
each other.
turned
Because I'm
down.
gonna be honest, I hope to see more
Sorry, guys.
respect from both
Red
ways. Me
sound
showing you
alert.
more respect and
Hello,
you showing me more
motherfucker.
respect,
Hello.
especially if it ever comes to like 2IC stuff. It's like on a serious note, and I'm hoping to see change like that because I
Oh my god.
I don't want to do stuff with like things that I never want to do.
Yeah, that's something I should have. I need to improve at, and get better at, like, dealing with. cutting you off.
Sorry, I was thinking. But like on a serious note, yeah. No, I agree.
Bro.
So that being said, Matt, I want you to put on your bloody chain. Make
yeah,
sure you
thank you.
remember,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
what this family means to you and what it is to you, you know?
Yeah, of course, of course, of course.
Yeah, and I know as much as you know, you guys
Yeah, that's
joke
right, I
around
actually
this and
did.
that, you know,
Yo,
and we
Martin,
had
thank you for the
you
13 months.
transferred over to
Emily.
Hydra.
Yeah.
You know, just make sure you're keeping your Mandem chain on, you know?
Yeah,
I get there
100%.
can be jokes and stuff, but you know,
Yeah,
Mandem's
Joe's.
always your family.
Exactly, exactly.